Hey everyone, Nut Free Mama here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a Boston cream pie cake roll. Okay, let's start off with our ingredients. First, for the cake, you're going to need 2 tablespoons of butter, 3 eggs, 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, a 1/3 cup of water, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's all for your cake. Then for our Bavarian cream filling, you're going to need a 5.1 ounce package of instant vanilla jello pudding, 1 cup of heavy cream, a 1/4 cup of milk, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's for the Bavarian cream. And then for our chocolate ganache, you're going to need 3/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, a 1/4 cup of half and half, and a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. Preheat your oven to 375 and then line a large jelly roll with parchment paper and be sure that it goes up the sides all the way around. Mine is a 16 by 12 by 1. You also want to grease your jelly roll pan in your parchment paper with that 2 tablespoons of butter. In a large bowl, we're going to beat our 1 cup of sugar with our 3 eggs with an electric mixer on high speed for about 8 minutes. You want it to become pale yellow and triple in volume. That looks great. So now we're going to beat in our vanilla and water on low. Now we need to sift our flour, baking powder, and salt into a larger bowl. That looks great. So now we are going to add half of that into our wet ingredients and just mix it until it's smooth. That looks well combined. I just took a spatula and scraped down the sides and just beat it on low until everything was incorporated. Next, you take your 2 tablespoons of sugar and you just want to evenly sprinkle that all over your greased jelly roll pan on top of the parchment paper. Spread your batter out as evenly as possible into your jelly roll pan. Now mine is a 16 by 12 and the recipe they use a 15 by 10, so that's fine too. But we are going to get this into our oven at 375 for 12 to 15 minutes. When you touch it and it springs back, then you know it is ready. My cake just came out of the oven and I'm going to let it sit here and cool for 2 minutes before we flip it over onto a tea towel to wrap it. My 2 minutes is up, so I just have a tea towel over top of my cake and then I have a cooling rack over top of that just to help me flip it. My cake has been flipped and I have removed my parchment paper. You need to be really careful when you're doing that because you don't want to pull out your cake. But that looks good so far. So now I'm going to just start on this end and I'm going to roll the cake and then we're going to leave it to cool for 30 minutes. My cake has been rolled and you do want to start that from the narrow end. I mean, really either way, if you want a long skinny cake, that's fine. But I just did mine from the narrow end. And now I'm going to leave it setting up here on this cooling rack for 30 minutes. While our cake is cooling, we're going to work on our Bavarian cream filling. So we have our instant vanilla pudding, the 5.1 ounce package, a cup of heavy whipping cream, a 1/4 cup of milk, and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're just going to beat that with an electric mixer until it is nice and thick. The Bavarian cream filling is ready to go and my 30 minutes is up, so I'm going to unroll my cake very gently and then spread all of my filling on the inside. That is nice and spread out, so now we are going to roll this back up, but this time do not include the tea towel. My cake is all unrolled and I just have it on this cooling rack with something underneath to catch my chocolate. But my cake did kind of stick to my tea towel, so I did have to be really careful when I removed it. So now we're going to get to work on our chocolate ganache. I have my chocolate chips in here with my half and half, and we are going to just put that in the microwave in 30-second increments until it's nice and smooth. That looks great, so now we are just going to add our powdered sugar and just stir it until it's smooth. All of my chocolate ganache has been added. I just took my spoon and drizzled it on there and just kind of smoothed it out a bit. So now we need to let this set up in the refrigerator for 2 hours before serving it. My cake has chilled in the refrigerator for 2 hours, so I just removed it and cut it into slices. I cut mine into 13 slices here. You can cut them however big or little you want, but these just look and smell amazing. I can't wait to see what Taste Tester thinks. All right, we've got a nice piece here for Taste Tester. Let's see what he thinks. Hey, Taste Tester.
Hi.
Have a little taste.
Okay. Yeah, for mine. Good.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Come back and see us again. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Bye.